You're live. Hey,
Hello.
it's another Frog Valley with the Frog Valley girls that are Natisha Anderson. Give it up for Anderson and Kayla Esmond. Give it up for Miss Kayla Esmond. And your host this week is myself, Erin Mohr. So happy to be here, guys. So excited to be here. Love hanging out with my ladies, my friends who have gotten me through the past year. We're almost to the end of the year. I can talk about how 2020 sucked and how much I love the both of you for being with me through this shithole.
It's yes. It's been awful, but we have made it through together, and that's just
trauma
to that,
closer. Trauma
bonded now.
Woo. All right, let's just jump right the fuck into it.
Oh yeah.
This week we're gonna do a quiz that I am calling Bye Bye Asshole. This is a quiz about our 45, right? The president, who is, I think, gonna leave at the in 20 days, 25 days, 30 days is
30 days. It's January 20th. I'm pretty sure is.
You're right. Yeah. So the quiz goes like this. There is so much bullshit that has come out of this man's mouth. So much bullshit this guy's done. I thought it would be fun to ask you all. I'm going to read an action or a quote. Ask you guys what year this thing happened.
Okay.
So it could have happened in 2016, 2017, 18, or 2020.
That's good. I feel like I'm going to be good at this, but part of me is like, calm your hubris, you fool.
Some of it is even like, oh my, I didn't even know this happened. There's just so much to keep track of. So let's just jump right in with the first one.
Yeah.
Boom. Any guy that could do a body slam, he's back at a guy. After congressional candidate Greg Gianforte body slammed a reporter after he had the gall to ask him some questions about healthcare policy.
Oh my gosh.
That's the fake news media at work because healthcare is not real. As a Democrat, false flag right there. Every nurse and doctor is a crisis actor. So,
and wrestling is not real. So it's like they want to be like WWE wrestlers.
Totally not real. It's unreal on top of unreal.
I respect every wrestler that's ever lived more than I respect any GOP senator. Right? I respect Chris Benoit more than I respect Mitch McConnell. Quote, yeah. But this quote, I'm sorry, we're guessing with.
Yes. What year did this happen?
2017.
Okay.
2019.
And the answer is, where is my thing? 2017. Very good, Kayla.
I'd forgotten about that. But yeah, that was a good one. That was.
I know.
That was clean comparatively.
No. He's cheering on a guy for beating the. Ugh. Okay, let's just move on. I mean, if we like stay too long on any of these, we'll be here all night, and we don't want that to happen. Okay, Trump canceled a policy that prohibited the use of anti-personnel landmines outside the Korean Peninsula. Just let anybody, you want to use landmines, the United States is now well okay with it, apparently, outside of Korea.
Interesting. That's interesting because, like, I don't feel like us being like, don't do it is going to stop North Korea, but it is a weird stance to be like, look, we're cool with it now.
Yeah,
Now we're fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
Rather you do it in the house,
I would say 2016. It's all a blur. It's all a blur, really.
All a blur. It is
I'm
all
gonna
a
go
blur.
2019 because I think that was when he was like, when he was like in his little thing with Kim Jong-un was like early 2019 and maybe early 2019. But 2020 feels like it's been 17 years.
Yeah.
I'm going 2019.
Okay, this happened this year in 2020.
Well.
Totally missed it. I had no idea this happened.
It's a good thing he hasn't had anything else to do this year.
I know. Right. Yeah. Folks to say he hasn't done shit this year. There you go. There's your proof.
Kids can be blown up by mines in Korea now again. So you're welcome.
Yeah. So all those kids who playing in field can lose limbs. Wonderful. Too dark. That's what these fucking landmines do. They don't like do anything other than like maim innocent bison.
Yeah. There's no good landmines. Like there's no friendly landmines that just like write children's stories.
Quicksand? There's so much more you can do with quicksand. Like quicksand is more like for the good of people. Where landmines, I think, they're the main killing. But quicksand, you can do a little bit. I've had a boss or two I would like to use quicksand on.
There you go.
Not a landmine, because I'm not that evil, but quicksand, believe me what. Greg with 2 G's would not write me up for being loud and obnoxious anymore.
All right. Next question. Significantly weaken the Endangered Species Act. Adjustment allows for economic assessment to factor into the protection of species. So save the whale if it doesn't cost too much. Is the new policy. When did this happen?
You gotta be a cuter animal than that CEO is greedy.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like he's been the whole time like, let the wolves die, let the polar bears. His whole reign has been like, well, I don't need a polar bear.
He didn't understand Fern Gully at all. It did not penetrate.
It did not stick.
He was on the bulldozer side. He was like,
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, also, Nalani mentioned the cute background. Very cute. Yes, love.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
I thought it'd be nice to have a background last week. It was all dark. We were in a black void.
It's very nice. Part of me was like, have we always had this background and I'm just now noticing it? And we'll be an asshole and be like, oh, I love this background. You're like, hey, it's been here the whole time. Thank you, Nalani. All right. So this, I'm gonna go with like I'm gonna go 2018 on this one. This feels early.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 2019. I feel like he did it the whole time, just different.
Just constantly every year.
2019.
They do a credit check before they can add a species to the endangered list.
Yeah. This is a deep cut. I never even knew this one. This one happened in 2019.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
All right. We're getting into the greatest hits here. To North Korea, sent to Kim Jong-un via Twitter. Will someone from his depleted and food-starved regime please inform him that I too have a nuclear button, but it is much bigger and more powerful than his, and my button works. When did this doozy happen?
It's a metaphor. He doesn't mean a button.
It's amazing that the only like thing that he can get like poetical about is his wiener.
Yeah.
Like he could not make a metaphor about anything else until it's about his dick, and then he understands metaphors and personification.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 2017.
Okay, lock it in. Kayla, what's your answer?
You know, I was gonna say 2017 too, but Natisha and I are tied right now.
Ooh. I'm okay if you want to say it as well.
I'm gonna go 2018.
Okay.
I think it may have been like it was like maybe it was a little later, yeah.
Okay, and the real answer is 2018.
Oh,
Nicely done. Pulls ahead.
woo.
All right. Next.
Strategic moves right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're playing to win.
Right.
You've been watching those video game tournaments all day.
Right.
This has been training. Quote, what you're seeing and what you're reading is not what's happening.
This is like the theme of the whole presidency, wasn't it? Like this was the theme.
Yeah. And theme 1984 too, I think.
Yeah.
When did this happen?
I'm gonna say 2019 or 2020. 2020. Is this a COVID reference? Maybe.
I think I'm going 2019 because I think it's an impeachment reference.
Oh, I'm gonna go 2020.
Remember that?
What?
Remember the impeachment? That was only a year ago.
Oh gosh.
Was he impeached? Did that happen?
By the House?
Never brought it to the Senate floor for a vote. Yeah, I'm going 2019.
Okay.
I go 2020.
Ooh, wrong. They split the difference and you were both right, but you're both wrong. All right, moving right along. Due to winning dressing a crowd of Boy Scouts, he talked about an inspirational story from his own youth about a long ago cocktail party featuring the hottest people in New York.
The second you said when addressing a crowd of Boy Scouts, I was like, "There's no way this. There's no way this is gonna like be the one wholesome quote among the boys."
I bet like the hottest people in New York. ... I groped 10 of them. You know? I got handsy with half of them.
Yeah.
So, boys, when you're out there scouting for puss,
Yeah.
that is a very bad Donald Trump impersonation. I was more like a New Yorker on the street, but I don't know.
That's almost you almost went into a Bernie Sanders there for a second.
Yeah.
New York. Okay.
I'm gonna say 2018.
Okay. Kayla Esmond,
I didn't say that confidently. I said that. I just said it.
What is your answer?
I don't know. I was thinking about a Bernie impression now.
Oh God.
I'm gonna go 2016. Too early. I'm gonna go 2016.
All right, 2016.
I think they would have invited him to talk recently.
Okay. Yeah. Good point. And the answer is 2017. Oh.
Did you see what Milani said?
No. What?
It was an Epstein party.
Oh God. Oh.
True.
It's terrible.
I mean,
All right.
you tell the Boy Scouts, it's like, oh, I met your sister.
No. Your mom's got great tits.
It's gonna
Fun bag.
Elevator out of this.
All right. Next question. If you buy a box of cereal, you have a voter ID.
Oh.
If
2019.
he believed that folks had to present an ID when buying groceries.
Or no, I take it back. 2018.
I feel like this was something Putin told him, you know? Because it's like a Russian thing.
Yeah.
When you line up to get your breakfast cereal, everyone must present ID.
Cereal requires ID. Vodka in it does not. Oh, that's like a really classically like out of touch rich person thing too. That's one of those like it's Arrested Development with like how much could a banana cost? $10. That's one of those really.
Yeah. There was, I remember, like one of the Bushes. I think Bush Senior was marveled at scanner technology at the grocery store, and this was during his presidency. It was so painfully obvious he hadn't been to a grocery store himself in like 5 years.
Yeah.
Why? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I was so saddened by like who we've let lead our country that I couldn't even like come up with a joke. Why are we doing this?
oh, oops. Sorry, jumped ahead there.
Oh, but for this, I'm gonna go 2018 because that's when the midterms were happening. I'm pretty sure he was defending some racist ID laws.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 2018 too.
Ooh, controversial. You're both right. 2018.
Hey!
Well done, ladies.
Woo! So Kayla's ahead of me by 1.
Everybody's the winner.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys are.
There will be one win, and it probably won't be me. It's okay.
I hope we
All
die.
right. How is this? Okay. All right. I'm
I hope we die. We have another 4 years of a Trump presidency to break that tie.
I'm going to jump a little bit ahead because, boom. Okay.
Boom.
There is a revolution going on in California, ladies. I don't know if you happen to see this. So many sanctuaries want out of this ridiculous crime-infested and breeding concept. Yeah, this is about the sanctuary cities, and immigrants, allowing immigrants, crime-infested, allowing. So apparently Trump has found out about our immigrant breeding policy here, where we have breeding farms of, I don't fucking know. Why am I trying to like?
It's amazing because it's another example of he only knows how to use literary tools for evil. Yeah. Like he's a complete idiot. He can't like read normally, but suddenly when he's trying to describe immigrants in this dog whistly way that dehumanizes them, he's like a fucking savant. He's Bergerac of racism. He's just poetry. Like if it wasn't so like the only like it's like his knowledge of like Nazi and like Hitler stuff. It's like he's never read a book, but he knows like quotes from Mein Kampf. And you're like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
God, I'm not gonna miss that asshole. I'm gonna say this is 2016. I feel like this might have been while he was running for office. I'm
gonna say 2017.
All right. And the answer is 2018.
Oh, he kept up that racism the whole time.
He's been playing the hits for a long time.
All right. Let's see.
Oh, man. Revolution going on in California.
The security aspect of cyber is very, very tough. Very tough. I mean, cyber is tough. Ladies, what do you think? When was this came out of Great Orange's mouth?
Maybe recently with the Russia hack, maybe because he's trying to like not blow it off. He's trying to blow it off. So I listened to John Barbaro in the Daily, or Michael Barbaro in the Daily, and it was all about the Russian hack the other day. And I was like, "Oh, Michael, say it, Michael."
Michael Barbaro. Talk about that Russian hack.
Just tell us the truth.
Which
trade my hard drives. My stars.
My stars. 2020.
All right. So when did this wisdom come on?
I think it was 2019.
Okay. Yeah. Did we both answer?
2020.
Okay. But the answer is 2016. Oh, so sorry.
God, he's been dumb for so long.
I know.
All right, last one, ladies. I know tech better than anyone. The man who says cyber is very tough knows tech better than anyone. When did this happen? 2016.
I feel like this might have been when he was beefing with Apple, and he said that the head of Apple was Tim Apple.
No.
You remember that? That was one of my favorites.
No, did he?
It's
I called him Tim Apple.
dumb stuff that hurts nobody. That's nice. That's always refreshing. But yeah, he called the like CEO of Apple Tim Apple.
And he said it was because because it was shortened. He didn't want to say Tim Cook Apple. He just shortened it to Tim Apple. So, which is people do all the time. That was his justification.
My name's Tim Cook, but my friends call me Tim Apple for sure.
Johnny Appleseed, Tim Apple.
I'm going to say 2017 because I have no idea.
I'm going 2009. 2018. 2018, I think is when that was.
Okay. This is for all the marbles. Are you guys tied? No, you're not tied. This is for
I'm not sure.
some specific amount of marbles that I'm not 2018, Kayla wins it. Folks, that was our bye-bye asshole quiz. Celebrating the demise and not demise. God, that would be some. No. All right, I don't wish death on anyone.
I'll do it.
I did.
But landmine.
Maybe it would be better.
I don't wish death per se, but I do have a landmines are fine where he is policy.
Right. Yeah. I would approve landmines in Mar-a-Lago. Yeah. All right. That was so much fun. Ladies, let's move on to our, what do we call this? We should come up with it. What's the name for our segment where we each riff on words?
Talking time. I don't know.
Bitches be talking.
Yeah.
Bitches be talking time. Graphic will come forthwith. Folks watching at home, Delaney and the other person,
Hey.
please send us words and we shall riff on them, and you will be delighted by what our fabulous comedians shall come up with. And I will start.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm not looking forward to doing this because I'm completely unprepared. But I do want to talk about my period envy. I'm a trans woman, and I feel like I want, but I don't want. Like I feel it's like somebody who went to war and didn't see any action. Like I don't want to get killed. I don't want to get shot at. I don't want blood everywhere.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like I'm missing out on one of the big, horrible, bloody aspects of womanhood by not getting a period. And yes, you're right. I could stab myself in the dick, but I'm not willing to go that far. Not just for solidarity's sake. Very sorry.
Talk about unattainable beauty standards.
Yeah.
I suppose I can't say this. I once had blood in my urine, so that I don't think that's quite the same. It was just a little reddish. Not the same at all. Not the same at all. But I feel like there's been a few times where I've sat and stood around with some ladies, and then the horror stories, and just stood there shaking my head, going, "Yeah, sorry, that sucks." But as much as I don't get the periods, I have gotten groped and followed home. So, I'm still getting some of the good stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Still getting some of the good stuff.
Mhm.
I spoke to I had a trans woman. I spoke to a trans woman who was modulating her hormones that she'd been taking. Take every day to simulate a cycle. Because it made her, I don't know, feel more feminine is exactly the way she put it. So no thanks. Sorry. No, I'm emotional enough. All right. No. Hard pass on that one. My meds didn't show up for a couple of weeks. So I was, for about a week, for 5 days. So I did have a cycle where I was not on my estrogen, and not fun. Not fun for me. Not fun for the person I was dating. It's not good all around. So we shan't be doing that. Let's look at some of these words. Let's wrap and paper perennial. God, perennial is a great word. I don't know what it means, but I feel like it's a great word. That's every other year. And it's also perianal, which is a part of the body, and it's kind of sexy. I don't know. I'm not feeling this today, guys. I'm not doing a good job of riffing.
It's hard to crush with, a stream of 2 people.
Oh, there's only 1 minute left on my riffing time, so I'm going to give it back to the room, everybody. Thank you very much. Next up, Kayla Esmond. 5 minutes of riffing. Go!
I can't relate exactly to not having a period, but I have a lot of friends that have had babies, and there's something very there's something attached in their femininity to that. And I've never had that issue because I'm you don't have to push it out yourself, right? You can just go get one, pre-packaged, man. It's like a cheat code. You don't have to do it. You can do the rest of this without splitting half your body open. I don't know I don't know why people are still doing it. Perennial, so I was trying to figure out if perennial was the perennial flowers of flowers that bloom either yearly. Okay, so I have had the different kinds of flowers explained to me 14 different times. Mm-hmm. I can't tell you what it perennial. I don't know what any of it fucking means. I just plant it and I bitch when it dies. I can't keep track of it. I just overwater all of my plants eventually. So I don't need to know when they're coming back. They're dead. If you kill all of your plants, you don't have to worry about their fucking cycles. But I couldn't figure out if it was the flowers or if it was the taint, which who doesn't love talking about taints? Thumbs up, taint, y'all. I like that perennial came next to pencil cases. Let's see, vaudeville. Oh, I should know more about vaudeville. I was too stoned in college. We had a whole thing on it, and I was just taking notes and being high. I do know that vaudeville is interesting because it's where musical theater was born. It's also where stand-up, the roots of stand-up came from. Which is cool because musical theater and stand-up are 2 purely American art forms. We created them. And of course, everything cool that is American It was also super fucking racist. I shouldn't say everything that's cool is that is American. Everything that is American. If there's something you like about America, if there's something you don't like about America, if there's something that just exists about the United States, it's based in racism. You don't need to I don't tend to have to read books to know, I'm like, oh, is it American? Probably based in racism. But vaudeville was very racist. It's where stand-up and musical theater started, but it's also where we were like, blackface is a good idea. Which, why? It's what a dumb idea somebody had.
Yeah.
I don't understand. You see the pictures of it, and it's like, how did you not feel like an asshole? Like, you should have felt like an asshole. Even if it was accepted at the time, you should have felt like an asshole. How did you not feel like an asshole? Lunchroom trading. I didn't do much lunchroom trading because that would require talking to people, which is why I feel like I'm bad at business now. I was too shy in middle school to be like, look, I'll trade you 2 carrots for 1 pudding. I wasn't doing this shark shit early on. There were kids that they were racking it up. They were, they were running these pyramid schemes in the lunchroom. Where they had people just trading useless shit, and then they end up with all the gummy bears at the end, and I'm just sitting there with my $2.25 square pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Perennial, lasting or existing for a long or apparently infinite time, enduring or continually recurring. Perennial forte. I'm just now I'm just reading Nalani just educating me. In the comments here. Ponies versus horses. Okay, so here's another one. I don't know what the difference between a pony and a horse is. I've had it explained to me. I still don't know. I should know. My mother was raised on a horse farm, and she has told me 16 different times. And all my little brain, all my little teenage brain, girl brain was able to process was just horses and ponies and how much I wanted a pony and how jealous I was of the fact that she got to grow up around ponies and horses. No mind the fact that the majority of growing up around ponies and horses is scooping their shit. I don't know why I was jealous. The majority of her childhood was scooping shit. But whenever she talked about her growing up on the farm, I was just ponies and horses. And I retained none of the useful information. All right. That's 5 minutes. I'm going to leave it there. Thanks, y'all.
Woo-hoo! All right. I just want to point out, Josh posted the word turntables after my time was up. Thank you, Josh. Thank you. I could have ripped on turntables for a half hour.
There's still a minute in the room floating around in the air.
Yeah. We'll save it. We'll save it for next week. Next week's turntable-orama. We're gonna do a whole thing about direct drive versus belt drive.
Oh,
it's gonna be riveting.
I can't wait. Your whole special is gonna be about turntables and stuff.
Yeah.
Straight arm versus S arm. There are so many ways you could go, and so many things you could do wrong. Thank God I'm here. All right. Last comic of the evening. Give it up for Natisha Anderson. Give it up for me. We should give it up for
What?
I'm sorry. We gave it up for you, but we didn't give it up for Kayla. And I feel bad now.
Oh, did you not? I thought you did. I'm that unaware. I was just they clapped for me because I was so good.
Did we clap? Oh God.
Yeah,
all right.
Continual
Clap in my heart.
Continual sport. Okay, horses versus ponies. I grew up in a trailer park with single mom, and you know how most girls are I want a pony. I was nope, we're too poor. It's never gonna happen. Even as a first grader, I was I'm not gonna get a pony. No, not gonna happen. And I was so into My Little Ponies as a kid. Loved My Little Pony, little plastic ponies with a tramp stamp on their ass. Oh, it's a cute little heart or something.
Yeah.
And love those. But so I've never been the girl who's I want a pony. But then there was Ambien. So I'm a horrible sleeper, and I've tried everything. You name it, I've tried it to try to sleep better. And I tried Ambien for like a week. And then I was cut off. My boyfriend, now husband, and my roommates were like, this is over. This is over. Because with Ambien, it's a little tricky. It's a little tricky trick. It's really good. But you've got this, you got to take it, and then you got a 20-minute time frame in which you got to get in bed. And it's like not 21, not 22 minutes. Oh, you are in that bed, lights out at 20 minutes, or else magic happens. Magic. And one night I didn't make the 20-minute mark, and I was awake, and I started hallucinating, and I thought this girl Jen was in my room. I thought I stepped on a baby. Like I was like, I stepped on a baby, and I wasn't like, oh no, I stepped on a baby. I was like, oh, baby on the floor. I just stepped on it. It was a silly goose moment. And then I thought that my friend Jen was in the room, and she was like hiding behind like these scarves I had hanging, and she was like trying to lure me back with these scarves, and I was like, what's happening, you know? So then one night, okay, for that week, pretty much every night, this is before we were married, I would call my now husband on the phone. And one night I called him and I was like, I'm Bob Dylan. This is my Bob Dylan. We're going to talk like Bob Dylan all night. Amusement parks and Ferris wheels. We're going to talk about Ferris wheels and Bob Dylan. Like, for like an hour. One night I called him and I was like, how do you feel about miniature horses? This is a breaker. I have to know now. At like 3 a.m. And like, he had never thought about his feelings on miniature horses, you know? But at a deal breaker, the middle of the night. And then here's the thing. I didn't remember making these calls the next morning. Like, no idea. And they were like, oh, you didn't call your boss. That's good. At least it was Galen every night, you know? But so for years, now we're like, we need a miniature horse. And we went to, there's like 3 hours away in like, I don't know if it's Sullivan, there's a miniature horse ranch. And you could just go and see the miniature horses. And he took me for one of our anniversaries. So I think
so cute.
Someday it would be nice to have a miniature horse now, but I think my heart's still with like bunnies or a gold doodle. I want me golden doodle. You know I do. Okay. What else I see up here? Oh, sea monkeys. Oh, I can never do sea monkeys again. I had sea monkeys in college. My sweet friend Jill, our freshman year, sent me a little thing of sea monkeys. You know, and you put them in, and they got the little like microscope things you can look in and see them. And you're like, oh, it's like a whole little colony. It's a whole. I genocided them. I just knocked them straight off the deck, all over the floor, and I just stood there and I watched. And I was like, I don't know if this is solvable. Like, I was so little. I was like, I don't know if I can like just sweep them out. Like,
He's losing his shit over here.
The whole world. I was like the Hitler of sea monkeys. Like, I didn't mean to be. This whole world of sea monkeys. And then my friend Jill calls me. She's like, how are the sea monkeys doing? And I was like, great. They're doing so good. They're doing great. Like, I killed them all. I murdered them. I've got like 1,000 murders on me. And there's a little teeny sea monkey, you know? And they're taking little pictures, and it's like a mama sea monkey, their little baby sea monkey, like on the outside of the container. And, you know, they had jobs and families. I just murdered them all in one clumsy swoop. I don't know what to do. I didn't know how to take responsibility. Okay, pencil case. I'm done. Pencil case. So one of my best friends growing up, Tamara Ludlow, lived across the street from me. And my friends growing up were Matona, Tamara, and Brayton. They were my 3 good friends, my 3 good friends. Love them. Tamara, so we were on the bus, getting on the bus. This is like 3rd grade. And I went, she was standing over me, and the bus moved, and she fell down kind of on top of me. She stabbed me in the leg with a pencil. And she didn't mean to. It was all accident, you know. I still have that pencil mark in my leg.
I have one too. In my leg.
And I'm like, do I have lead poisoning? Like, am I gonna find out? Like, oh, we have to amputate your whole leg one day because you got pencil mark from third grade still in it. And I remember I fell off my bike and I got a rock in my ankle. And it was a huge deal. We had to have somebody like a paramedic like get it out. It was a huge deal. And I was like, a pencil's more dangerous than a rock, probably. And they made a whole thing about the rock. With the pencil, they were like, well, yeah, that's it. I have a pencil on my leg.
I have one too. I came up behind a friend of mine who had a pencil in his back pocket, and I jumped and to give him a hug, and then it went right into my leg.
Is it your leg? Your thigh? Like mine's like my upper leg. Yeah.
And then I have one in the middle of my forehead too. I don't know if it's still there, but one day I was laughing in the lunchroom, and I had a pencil in my hand, and I went down on it. I stung myself. Wait, no, this was in class. It was in the middle of class.
Oh.
And I was so embarrassed that I sat there holding the blood in. It's like, I didn't want it because I didn't want anybody to know that I was stupid enough to stab myself.
You sat in a class embarrassed, holding blood in, not wanting anyone to know. Erin, you've had a period. You did it!
Oh, my wish come true. Oh my God. We have to end on that one.
Yes. Magic.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, this was so much fun. We do this every week. Come back next week. This is Frog Valley. Bye.
Bye.